The Vietnam Mailbag, the book, is based on my newspaper column that I had at the News Journal for 5 years, from 1968 to 1972. One of the first letters I received was from Captain Michael Momsilovich, Jr. And ironically and sadly, the letter was written the day before he was killed in Vietnam. I got a call this year, this is the 45th anniversary year of his death, from Bill Melfi in Florida, who said on the phone, I didn't know him at all, I have license fragments from Captain Momsilovich. Can you help me find his family?
When I got her phone number, was able to call her to give the license back to the family.
What was the reaction when you called the family and said, hey, I've got these fragments that these people have found?
They couldn't believe it. They were astonished. How could this happen? Captain Momsilovich was shot down. He was a pilot of a Cobra helicopter. He was shot down by hostile ground gunfire. His helicopter was consumed by fire. How could anything have survived that?
It was a shock. My cousin sent me an email and said, you've got to hear about this story, and it almost didn't seem real that anything could actually be left.
At first I thought maybe it was something like a scam, and then I realized that within a minute or two after reading the article that it was genuine, and delighted to find out all this information.
We grew up poor, very poor, and we like to find something to eat and try to find something for life. So one man came to my house to tell Knock, go to the field to find aluminum from helicopter, from jet, crashed many years ago.
Knock's captain at the time, Captain Truck, needed someone, a liaison, to go between him and the people on the mountain, which was us, okay, to be able to communicate and do whatever we needed to do. I got to know him that way. Knock spoke English, so there was no problem with the language barrier. So we got to become very, very, very good friends. And it was a lifelong friendship from that point.
It's an incredible story of how Knock Van Vo, his son, actually found the license 10 years after the crash, and found it high in the mountains of Quang Tri province, and the son knew it was important, gave it to his father. His father safeguarded it in what was then communist South Vietnam for 12 long years before he and his family immigrated to Florida.
I hide 12 years under the statue of Mary, 12 years.
He adopted the child, and lo and behold, later on in life, that child helped him get out of Vietnam. And I took the child in his mind and adopted him, and then the family followed. About 6 weeks after he got in, he told me the story about what he had found.
As it turned out, I was the link between the Florida veterans who had the license fragments and the Momsilovich family here in Delaware.
I didn't have any information on his family until Nancy wrote her book. And when she wrote her book, that was the key that linked Captain Momsilovich's name to her book. Captain Momsilovich's daughter, Kristen, never, she was 15 months old. She never had a chance to say goodbye to her dad. She never had a chance to know him. Now Kristen has, a piece of her father, one of the closest things he had to him when he died, as a memento to him. Some type of closure, which, I felt and Knock felt was very necessary.
The courage and integrity of these men to do this there's no words to describe what it's felt like.
We know Bill and Knock much better now and understand where they're coming from and why they did what they did, and why they preserved this piece of my brother's life from way back, to bring it back home.
They never gave up, and that's a true credit, which is one reason they are Grand Marshals of Wilmington's 146th Memorial Day Parade. They so embody the spirit of Memorial Day, a day of remembrance, and what better story could there be?